we're here to help.
Your Rocket City Trash Pandas are back home June 16th through the 21st. Promotions include an adult Hawaiian shirt giveaway on the 16th, a youth soccer jersey giveaway on the 18th, plus barbecue weekend and Father's Day close out the homestand the 19th through the 21st. Get your tickets now and learn more about our weekly promos by visiting tptix.com. That's TPTIX.com.
Let's rock it. Who will change the league forever?
With the first pick
at the NBA Draft. Tuesday and Wednesday on ESPN and ABC.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Our radio audience just returned, ladies and gentlemen, George Kittle.
Oh,
and you just fake got up and left the interview. I got to tell you, you look pretty spry for a guy coming back, from that Achilles.
You want to see some single leg box jumps? That's what I'm on now.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Yes, do one. No. Wow.
For those listening at home, I did it.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Your favorite sports, teams, and exclusive live events are waiting for you on the big screen when you watch on the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the biggest live events and the best championship moments.
This thing just got wild.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It is Friday, June the 19th, 2026. Steve Moulton here with your update. Group play continues today in the 23rd FIFA World Cup as Team USA takes on Australia. The United States can win Group B today by winning, and Paraguay winning or drawing today. Team USA also seeks to win consecutive World Cup games for the first time since the first two games of the 1930 edition. Wyndham Clark leads the field at -6 as play was suspended in the 126th U.S. Open due to darkness. Shinnecock Hills has hosted the U.S. Open 6 times. The Rocket City Trash Pandas fell to the Montgomery Biscuits 12-3. That series continues tonight on Talk Radio WZZN and 97.7 ESPN The Zone. First pitch set for 6:35.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the exact machine for you. Now, whether it's new construction or daily work environments or an area that's been neglected for far too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you get the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Call Valley Equipment and ask them for more details on how they can help you out today.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
I go to foreign countries and there's soccer everywhere. They've got big screens for the World Cup set up in the village square. But on TV in the U.S., soccer gets a 0 share. Because we know soccer blows.
Wait, what? That's not our football. It's not that kind of football Friday. There we go. That's what it is. Yeah. Football Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby. Might be more football than the football in this one. I gotta be honest with you. always working some football in. It's always Football Friday, no matter what. Doesn't matter how busy the weekend, how many other things that are going on. It's always going to be Football Friday on Friday in the Doghouse, which means we're going to have football music throughout the show. What if I scared the boys in the back room? They're like, "Well, wait, what? What was this? What? What is that? What?" You never know. Look, we got another diverse, busy weekend of sports coming up here. We got round 2 of the U.S. Open underway at Shinnecock Hills, where Wyndham Clark got around at a -664 yesterday, playing late. Once the wind laid down some, I mean, the course was gettable yesterday, and then he goes out early this morning, and the wind is down, and it's some scoring going on out there now, except for him. He is 1 over on his round today. He is through 10 holes, and so now he is at 5 under, and Dustin Johnson is pulled within a shot at 2 under. Xander Schauffele and Matt Fitzpatrick and a couple of other guys now. An amateur is in there at 2 under as well. And then a bunch of other guys getting ready to go off on the course a little bit later on. Justin Thomas has made a nice little move today as well. He had it to 2 under. Now he's backed up to 1 under as well. We'll keep you posted on the scoreboard as they flip-flop. Yesterday the early guys, now today they're the later guys, and flip-flop the session. So that's how that works. And weather is playing such a big part. How hard the wind blows. It'll blow mostly midday, like now until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Then it starts to lay down a little bit as well. So, look, the caddies are bugged today at Shinnecock. They have little hidden microphones in their bibs today. This is something new that NBC is trying to kind of bring. Look, I love me some Nat sound in all sports. I mean, the commentators are one thing, and I'm like, I don't want to take away my own gig. I'm a commentator, a lot of times, whatever sport it is. But I love the natural sound. I love the natural sound during football, baseball. I love when they got the guy mic'd out there. I love hearing the conversations at first base and things like that. And it is kind of fascinating, I guess, that we'll hear this interaction, potentially between the players and the caddies, but will it affect the way the players and the caddies communicate? They know this isn't one of these deals where it's, voluntary. This is mandatory. This isn't something where they said, "Hey, is it okay if we, mic you up?" Oh, no, they got permission, the USGA, to mic every caddy. I mean, will it show the guys as petulant children? I mean, how about the language? Obviously, there's a 10-second or 12-second delay, but somebody's got to have their finger on the dump button. Could you imagine if Steve Williams and Tiger Woods were bugged? It'd be like, beep, 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 beep. Look, those on-course interviews are bad enough, but I'm not sure how I feel about this. They had those on-course interviews where the guy's walking down the course, and then now all of a sudden somebody's walking with him and he stick a mic in their face, and that's bad. These guys are focused, they're concentrating. This isn't like they're out there playing a scramble on a Monday afternoon in a hit and giggle tournament. I mean, this is serious stuff here. And then they got to it's distracting for the player. But I'll say this, I have had this on in the studio all morning, and to be honest, I'm not hearing any of this chatter. I'm not hearing a lot of this. So I don't know what's going on with it. And if you heard my take last week about caddies and players, you know how I feel. I don't think they should be able to offer any intel or recommend clubs or tell them which way the wind is blowing or give them a pep talk. I'm not down with that. You're the golfer. Golf. Ask him for a banana out of your bag. I need a new ball here. Clean this, will you? Give me my 7-iron. I mean, that's it. You're the golfer. Caddy should be there just to keep you from having to carry the bag. You don't need a coach on the course. That's not the way this game is. Dustin Johnson putting for a birdie right now, and he missed it. He has not putted well, but somehow is scoring really well at 4 under for the round today. The Braves are not for the round today, but for the tournament, he's 4 under. I think that was a birdie putt. It might have been a par putt. Let's see here. He's going to knock this one in here. And it goes down for a bogey. No, that was a bogey putt. So he backed. Oh, it was a double bogey putt. Oh, it was a double bogey. A double bogey fever on the par 3 11th. It's a 150-yard hole, and he made 5. Dang. All right, so he backs up a little bit. Wyndham Clark's lead is now 3 over a gaggle of guys at 2 under. Braves begin a huge 3-game set with the Brewers tonight. It'll be Mizrachi versus Sale. My goodness, this could be like a 2-hour game. See how long those guys go into the game. Braves looking to get back to playing something that looks like 600, 620 baseball, like they were playing. They're just 11-9 in their last 20 games, while still leading the NL East by 7 over the Phillies. Jesus Cano of The Athletic is on the Braves beat. He's coming up at the bottom of this hour. Jesus was also at the 1-1 tie between Chechnya and South Africa yesterday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
If you tried to end a game in a tie in the United States, heck, that might be listed in Revelations as the cause for the apocalypse.
Yeah, might be the apocalypse. And speaking of Football Friday, Lukas Weese, also of The Athletic, is on the case covering the World Cup. He will join us from Toronto at the top of the 11. Look, I know we often talk about soccer players taking a dive, but the injury to 24-year-old Canadian star Ismail Kone was brutal. Looked like he broke his leg. I mean, I don't like injuries like that. It's gruesome. And Canada was up 3-0 at the time. They won 6-0 over Qatar for their first ever World Cup win since ever. This first round of games has been the highest scoring since 1958. But let's be honest here. Isn't all of this a bit skewed? Sure, Canada got their first win ever in the World Cup. They beat a team that's ranked number 58 in the world. I mean, James Madison doesn't think Qatar should belong in his deal. Canada's ranked number 28. We have so many more countries in the tournament right now. You're going to get big blowouts, and you're going to get teams winning that never win before. The U.S. is ranked number 15 in the world, and they're taking on number 23, Australia, in Seattle at 2, with a chance to win their group. With a win, they automatically move on, get out of the group. Same for Australia, who beat Turkey 2-0 last week. So, look, the U.S. is favored in this game. It's in Seattle. They're favored against Australia. So, if they win the game, let's not go, oh, my gosh, they're winning the Stanley Cup. They're going to win the U.S. team's going to win the Stanley Cup. They're going to win the World Cup. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit. Let's just see how it's all playing out. Let's go. I mean, it's better than getting whacked. But we'll see. If they lose, it's an underachievement. Lines are open. If you want to jump on in, you can do it. You can contribute at 256-576-4977. That number is good wherever and however you consume the show. We also have a text window for you is open as well. We'll read and react to those on the air. That is 732-982-7469. Finally, you can watch the show as well on WZZN TV. Find that on all your social medias. The link is at Thom Abraham Show as well on Twitter. You can find it there on the X. Did you hear that? Elon Musk is like, yeah, should we change it back to Twitter? Just pick something, will you? Just pick something, and we'll just roll with that. So we're talking about caddies and golfers, and the caddies being wired up. This has got to be the all-time caddy pro exchange. All time. He said all time. Man. What is it with the technology? I unmute the thing, and every time I go to play it, it mutes it all by itself. What is going on with that? That's crazy. I got this great cut.
He said insufficient applause. Give me the lumber.
I think you want to hit the 2-iron, boss.
Said I want the big dog.
You got a tight par 5 here, man, with out of bounds on the left. I don't think you want to hit the driver. The 2-iron seems like the deal.
Well, I'm not going left of those trees or right of those trees, okay? I'm going over those trees with a little draw. Yeah. That way I get home in 2. That way I'm putting for eagle now.
You don't need an eagle to qualify. You need to practice playing it safe. No mistakes.
Qualify, I want the course record. Now give me the lumber.
You want the driver? Here. Hit the driver, tin cup.
Well, I changed my mind. Give me the 3-wood.
You can't clear that dog leg with a 3-wood, man.
You want to bet?
Fine. Take the 3-wood. Take it and show me what a golf pro does, man.
Tin cup. Yeah, no communication. If he says, give me the driver, give him the driver. That's it. Crazy. So the Knicks had their parade yesterday in the Canyon of Heroes. The highlight of the deal had to be, I mean, this is typical. This is only with the Knicks could this happen. So backup guard Tyler Kolek, the only white guy on the team, he jumps down off the bus and he begins running along the railing to greet the fans. And the police quickly descend upon him. They grab him. So, hey, get back behind the barricade. They thought he was a fan. But he's like, wait, I'm on a freaking team. I mean, clearly he was profiled, right?
Huh?
Cops are like, hey, who's this white dude here? This can't be a player. Now, everyone got a good chuckle out of it, including Kolek, who tweeted out, I swear I'm on the team, bro. It's outstanding. Social media had some fun with it, as it should be. Let's not get all our undies in a knot here. It's no big deal. But can you imagine, say that was a Rangers parade, and there was a black player on the team, and he was mistaken for a fan, and the cops surrounded him and grabbed him like they were going to handcuff him. They realized that he was a player on the team. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine the cries of racial profiling? I mean, it would have to have like a BLM movement. There'd be congressional hearings. Oh, gosh. This was pretty funny. It looked like a Saturday Night Live bit, to be honest with you. A white dude jumps off the bus. Oh, I'm on the team. Cops all come around. Hey, kid. Get behind the gate. Get behind the railing there. Gosh, you're lucky he didn't put the knee into his back on the ground. All right. Continuing with the show. Back in the control room. Playing the platters and matter stacks of wax. Sitting side by each with the bandy man. It's the grasshopper.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son!
I don't like violence, Thom. I'm a businessman.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Do you hear the grasshopper, which is at your feet?
Old man, how is it that you hear these things?
Young man, how is it that you do not?
As quickly as you can, snatch the pebble from my hand. When you can take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Friday. So how close are you to having everything done on a percentage basis for the outstanding Huntsville Sports Commission Rocket City Awards Monday night?
I would say probably 93%.
Yeah?
Yeah. That would be reasonable right there.
You just still think you got 7% to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to put in some videos. I got to fix up one of the videos and make sure it's nice and good. I got to make another video. It's a lot of little jobs within one big job. I got to make 2 videos, but it should be fine. Should be fine.
Going to be a busy Saturday for you anyway.
Well, it's going to be a busy next 3 days. Yeah, I would say.
It
4
is.
days in a row.
It is. It's just a wonderful event, and I'm always kind of happy when it's over with. It's a wonderful event. I still haven't worked on my script yet, so I got to do that. I've got to work on getting everybody in. The amount of people that are involved in making this a great show, it's really something because Scott writes all of the bios, the voiceover work. He writes all of those bios, Scott Tyson, and does really a tremendous job with them. I mean, that's got to be a decent amount of work. And he writes all of those, and then Steve gets them recorded by our voice guy, and gets to John. John does all of the video work. Wait till you see this. For those of you, John, do we carry it? Do we have the feed from Channel 19? Will we have that feed on the Facebook page live as it's happening? We'll have a link to that.
We'll put a link on. Brian will get a link posted for it so people can watch it and I believe listen to it as well.
So folks you'll be able to listen to it for sure, but you'll be able to watch it as well on WHNT Channel 19. You can watch it there and see all of the wonderful video work if you're not going to be at the event. All the beautiful video work that John does and, melds that together with the voice work and so on.
It's very fun to do. I will say it is very fun.
You like that. It's your wheelhouse.
Yeah, and it's not too stressful until we get very close to it, and then we're like right on top. I try not to stress too much because it is there's a lot of work for a long period of time, but then whenever it's the day of, that's usually when the stress hits, but I calm down after the rehearsal and then, get everything else put together for the last few seconds.
Well, we got to make sure, and that's the thing, the rehearsal Monday morning, we got to make sure everything plays properly and sounds properly and all of that on Monday. I'll MC the event, so I'm working on my script because I'm the one that's up on stage MCing the event, and then I have to do all the financial stuff for it. And then we have Meryl in our office. She has done stuff. She used to work for the Crimson Tide network and used to do a lot of stuff with their events and did event planning and things like that. So there's going to be over 250 people at the event, and she has to place everybody at the tables and everything. She's responsible for making the place look good and having all the signage up and everything else. So there's all of that goes on. So there's like all of these different people that are involved in, and then we got to notify the nominees, all the nominees. We got to make sure they know about it. Are their parents coming? Who else is coming? Do they need more tickets? And so on and so forth. So it really is something. I mean, it's an amazing production that is done by us as a radio team. And then of course we got the help from Channel 19. And we get some great help from Thomas Ashworth as well. Josiah at Channel 19 and Thomas Ashworth help out with the nomination and selecting committee. They do a great job. Thomas is with AL.com. So there's a lot of different working parts to make this thing come together. And by the way, we're all doing sports talk radio shows. We're all doing advertising for our clients. We're all doing social media. We're all doing all this. We all have other jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We do a lot.
This is not like it's a committee, but we all do other jobs. And this is the 4th annual one. And this all started 5 years ago with, me sitting in Wes Neighbors' office. And Wes is like, I want to do something for the community. I want to do something, an event, that is geared towards the community some way, shape, or form. Or I want to do a series of events. So I had experience in Nashville with the Night of Champions, the Pepsi Celebration of Champions. And that was at the Grand Ole Opry. And, there was a lot of involvement from the pro teams there and everything else. It was a similar type event. And I was a presenter in that deal. I was on a committee one year. So I was involved with that. And I said, well, we could do an award show. He's like, yeah, I like that.
And we
could do a golf tournament.
This is the first event of the summer that we're really doing. And and then we got SEC Media Days. We got the high school Media Days. I mean, it's just the beginning.
Well, the things that we produce is the golf tournament. And then I told him, I said, look, my production company produces golf tournaments for the NFL alumni. We can do a golf tournament. I have the structure in place for that, and we've got guys like Scott Tyson's been involved in golf tournaments all around the community and stuff. So we've got guys that have been involved in golf tournaments so we could do a golf tournament, we could do an awards dinner, and we could do high school media days, which there really was nothing there in that window of high school media days. So, coming up in July 13th, a Monday, we'll have high school media days out at Toyota Field, and we'll feature 17 schools that are within the local area, county and city area, and that's a big event. So it's a thing, and then right from there, head to Tampa for SEC media days. It's crazy. So our schedules are going to be a little bit wonky after the dinner and before high school media days. We have to get our time off in. So those of us that take some time off are going to have to get our time off in then. And I don't mean time off that I go and I work for Bassmaster. In my case, I just need to have some time off. I got to take a week off.
So it's like extra time off for you.
4th of July week. Yeah.
See why you take so many days off.
Well, that's not, when I'm working for Bassmaster, that's time off from here, but it's not like I'm on vacation.
Do you know how many days I have left to take off?
I don't know. I don't even know how many days you get. Do you get any days off?
I don't know. I think
I give you days off.
I think you gave us like 5 days, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I can use them. Oh, I'll use them in between high school media days. I'm gonna get the shag wagon fixed. I'm gonna go for a little solo camping trip. Oh, it's gonna be wonderful.
Nice, it's good stuff. All right, let me get AC in here quick and get his rant off, and then we'll get the break in. AC, what's going on?
What's up, man? How you feeling? Thank you so much for taking my call.
I'm fantastic.
Good. How's family? How's life, man?
Everybody's good. She's playing golf this afternoon with me for the first time in 30 years. So I'm very excited for that later on today, late this afternoon.
Good. She's going to beat you, just like Indiana Hoosiers. They demolished the Alabama Crimson Crybabies. That's right, baby. Now, Mr. TA, did you enjoy the parade? I mean, that's the last parade after 40 years after, right? We're talking about the one-hit wonder New York Knicks. Did you enjoy that?
53 years, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I said next 40 years after.
Oh, next 40 years? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be stunned if the Knicks won again anytime in the near future. I mean, it was a one-off.
Well, if they win in 40 years, chances are you and I, we may not even witness that. We might be gone at that point.
I'll be in the ground for 20 years.
You'll be a fossil.
I'll be taking a dirt nap long before then.
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. I like giving a shout out. Is Brody in today?
Brody is no longer with us. Haven't you been listening? Brody's been gone for over a week. We got the bandy man in there now.
Oh, I don't know who that is. No, what do you want me to listen to? Your lapdogs? I mean, I got an idea for your lapdogs. Pack them up in a bag. Well, not a bag. Like in a box and send them to another station. They could train this idiot. Just like Mr. Feinbaum, that's right. He trained me, and look what I have become. Now he regrets his decision. I said, don't regret, baby. You've woken up the monster. I'm a motivated guy. He motivated the wrong man. So you should do that. Pack this idiot up, send him to another station, get some great callers at least, or it's going to be another one, Black Lives Matter or something, putting a knee on someone's neck. Oh, my God, don't treat me like a doormat. That's what's going to happen. You need to do something about your lapdogs, or your retirement is coming sooner than later, TA. What are you going to do with your lapdogs? Answer that question.
I love my listeners. I think they're great. Thanks for the call, AC. I mean, I think they bring great structure to the show. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Dustin Johnson just made another bogey, and now he backs up to 1 under, so he's struggling a little bit here. He's given up 3 shots in the last 2 holes. All right, we get a break in here. When we come back, Jesus Cano will join us next from Atlanta right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
Yes.
The ultimate golf experience is waiting for you at the Golfus. For a limited time, you can get an unlimited membership for only $99 a month. Hit balls on the range, play any of our 2,000 golf courses, have a graduation party, or host a corporate event. For all the details, go to thegolfus.com. We have 2 locations in Huntsville and a location soon coming to Hughes Road in Madison. That's thegolfus.com.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey Wes, our company Fleming Roofing and Restoration specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a 5th generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey Wes, we show up.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Cummins has kept the world running for more than 100 years. Since their founding in 1919, Cummins has been dedicated to leading the charge towards a future with smarter, cleaner power. Cummins sales and service locations are right where you need them when you need your engine or generator set service. And now, Cummins has a new Huntsville branch. They're located on Highway 31 in Tanner, just north of Calhoun College. Cummins expert technicians will keep you up and running. Call them at 205-808-2210.
This summer, we make HVAC history as Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation celebrates our country's 250th birthday. Happy birthday, America! In honor of crossing the Delaware River and kicking Cornwallis out of Yorktown, Sensagreen now offers $1,776 off new HVAC systems. Give me liberty and a new HVAC smart system this summer at Sensagreen with Bryant. Whatever it takes, just like our founding fathers. USA! USA! USA!
Alabama license number 12705, flash 52808.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Isolated showers will be possible until about lunchtime heading into this Friday. Then we'll start to see the sun return. High temperatures will be warming into the mid-80s for the afternoon. Heading into our Friday night, it looks like we'll sit under a partly cloudy sky. Low temperatures will be falling into the low 60s for the overnight.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by the Golfist, Huntsville's newest, coolest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue where you bring your own gear. Use the Golfist to play over 2,000 courses from around the world, including that one in Georgia that kicks off the majors. Plus, the Golfist is a great place to dial in your game or have an office event or private party. Their third location in the Valley is coming to Hughes Road in Madison soon. Visit thegolfist.com for more info. That's GOLFFICE, thegolfist.com. Wow. Football Friday music. A little Fresno State there for Jesus Cano. I think he went to Fresno State. I think that's the deal there. A good job by the crew. Welcome back, Tom Abraham Show.
That's awesome.
Rays have dropped 6 of the last 7 games. Look, you're always going to have a segment in the season where you've dropped 6 or 7. You hope that this is it. Okay, enough of this already. Stop that. Jesus Cano joins us now from The Athletic, where he covers the Atlanta Braves. He was also at the soccer game yesterday. We're going to get to that as well. But is that's your alma mater there, isn't it, Jesus?
It is indeed my alma mater. Yes, proud Fresno State graduate, just like Dylan Lee, who plays on the Atlanta Braves, and just like Aaron Judge, who happened to win the MVP last year. So a lot of good stuff coming out the Valley. Yeah, it's go Dogs, but it's a different type of dogs here in SEC country. So very proud Fresno State alum. So shout out to your guys for getting the what's it called, the fight song back there. That was pretty cool. Definitely made my day, and I just woke up.
You know, speaking of Aaron Judge, you know, he also played in Alaska. When he was coming up through into minors, and they got that game tonight. It's so cool. The Midnight Sun game. I mean, they've been playing this thing for 121 years, where they play a game. You know, it's the summer solstice, longest day of the year tomorrow, and the sun never sets in Fairbanks, Alaska. It just goes down near the horizon and then comes back up. And so they play a game that starts at midnight, and they'll be doing it tonight. It's one of the coolest traditions. The Alaska Gold Panners, I guess, are the ones that host this game, and that's kind of a cool thing. I'm not sure it's on my bucket list, but that's pretty cool that midnight game that they play in Alaska.
I'll tell you this, though. Last year, I actually went to Alaska. I went for vacation last year, did some halibut fishing in Homer, Alaska, went out to, it was a great experience. But right before I left Alaska, I went to go to one of the Alaska Baseball League games, and it was at the stadium, and you see the amount of alums. I mean, the Alaska League used to be the summer league. Like, I was going through the walls. Like, obviously Aaron Judge, the team he played for, was there, but so was Barry Bonds. So were different many players that are Hall of Famers right now. It's just crazy to think like that. Maybe 20, 30 summers ago, like, you would be seeing future Hall of Famers playing in that Alaska League. It's special. I actually did a hit of a broadcast with them because I was with Baseball America at the time, so it kind of fit in with our coverage. And that is an experience I will never forget. That was just, even being there, like, it was a random Tuesday. There was nobody at the game, but still, it's baseball in Alaska. It's legit competitive baseball in Alaska. Like, it's something you can't get anywhere else. So perfect timing, man.
Yeah, that is cool stuff. Now, I thought the guys had done some research, and now, John, I see what you did. I see what you and the Bandy Man did there. You see the Fresno State flag behind Jesus Cano behind him there, and so that's what tipped you off that he was a Fresno State guy, right?
Oh, come on now. You know I'm very observant in that way.
Really cool. Like, how did they know? And there's this big, huge flag behind him. It says Fresno State. For those of you that are watching it on the WZZN TV.
I'll tell you this. When I was at Fresno State, Kalen DeBoer was the head coach. Who obviously now head coach over at Alabama. Really good dude. There was a couple times, because the stadium was a little bit further from our journalism office, he would give us rides on the golf cart or in his truck to that because it was so far away, and it was also like 105, 104 degrees in Fresno. So good dude. I know maybe Alabama fans, with the high expectations they have, aren't as pleased to, be at the very, very top with him, but he's a good dude, good football mind. Shout out Kalen DeBoer. I did want to mention that at some point because I know through areas of the South and stuff like that, this station goes on.
Yeah, because going 7-1 in the SEC and winning a game in the playoffs just isn't enough. I mean, that's just a complete and total failure by their part. Having the number 3 recruiting class 2 years ago, number 2 last year, all these quarterbacks stacked up. I mean, the guy's clearly doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, it's just absolutely has no clue. But that's Alabama fan for you.
Yeah.
So last night it was actually worked out good for you because you had the rain out. For the Braves. The Braves needed a rain out. They needed the rain out against the Sox. I thought maybe that would get them straightened out. Then they get another rain out, here last night. But that allowed you to be able to go to the soccer game over there at the stadium, and it was a 1-1 tie between Chechnya and South Africa. First of all, just the visual of the grass in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and you're new to there, so I don't know if you had seen that before, normally, but just the visual of what it looked like to have grass in that stadium.
Oh, I mean, it definitely stood out to the eye, like the whole experience as a whole in general. Like, it was just that, I've always wanted to go to a World Cup, and the fact that, I was able to do it in the city that I live in was pretty remarkable. But yeah, I mean, that was my first time in the stadium in general. Like, I've always obviously seen the stadium from outside whenever the Falcons were playing on TV or like when I drove by it. But like, it's as beautiful on the inside as it's beautiful on the outside. Like, it has to be one of the best stadiums. I have to go. Like, it might be the best stadium I've been to. And I've been fortunate enough to go to a lot of really good football stadiums, good college stadiums, but that definitely by far has to have been my favorite experience. It was easy to get in there, and just the atmosphere as a whole. Obviously, like World Cup soccer compared to a Falcons game in late December where they're not, going to do anything. Like, they've completely different atmosphere, right? But that was just, you hear different languages spoken. There was so many different countries being represented outside of just South Africa and then Czechia. And, even the local countries, I would say like the United States, Canada and Mexico, there was so much representation from all over. Like, that was a one of a kind experience. Like, I know the ticket prices have certainly got up. Like, I had really good seats. Like, I was like maybe like 6 rows from like the field. But I also got this at a bargain because I bought them when they were cheap, and everybody was trashing on the USA World Cup, how it was going to be the worst World Cup ever, how it was going to be a disaster. But I don't know what you think, but I think from what I've seen online, from what I've seen the players say, this seems to be one of the most fun World Cups a lot of people have played in recently. And I'm glad to see that it's all coming together here, because this place, not just the United States, but Mexico and Canada both deserve to host this. And I think it's been such a good experience for everybody.
It's just so different because, last World Cup in 2022, all the stadiums were within 40 miles of each other.
Yeah.
And the average ticket price was like $55, so that's the way the World Cup, you would think that, hey, the World Cup should be in, this particular part of the country, or just put it in California, whatever. We have a World Cup that's being played, in an entire continent, from Mexico City to Vancouver to Toronto to, Seattle, Washington to Miami. I mean, it's unbelievable to have this kind of expanse, for the World Cup. And you wonder whether or not this will be the norm, going forward, or will they go back to it being, kind of condensed in a set area?
Yeah, no, I think what you're going to see a lot more, and I obviously don't want to give false information, but I think the next World Cup is supposed to be like a joint committee with different teams from Europe. Like, you're starting to see that a lot more, where it's going from like a one host country to like, I know North Africa at some point with Morocco, Egypt, and one other country wanted to pitch it to become a 3-country. So I think that's where we're going to see a lot more. Especially, you can definitely do it in Europe, just because the countries are much more smaller compared. Like, maybe one England is one Georgia. So that definitely helps a little bit more. But I think that's definitely what you're going to see a lot more. Is a lot more collaborative host sites, which could be good, could be bad. But if it's anything like this, like, it's going to be really good and it's going to be really fun. Also, such a luxury to be able to watch the World Cup at decent hours of the day, like 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's been great. Like, even like, it was cool watching a 12 a.m. World Cup game, knowing it was played at 9 p.m. in California, where I'm originally from. So this whole thing has been cool.
So I got Lukas Weese coming up at the top of the hour. He also with the Athletic covering the World Cup. But I wonder if I should talk Braves with him and see if he knows as much about the Braves as you know about the World Cup. I'm not sure that would work out that way or not. But let's get to the Braves. So I apparently misspoke. I was under the impression when I in the opening of the show, I mentioned the fact that I thought it was Chris Sale and Jacob Mizorowski tonight, which has been an unbelievable matchup. But I guess Martin Perez is going now tonight. It's not going to be Chris Sale tonight? Is that right?
Yeah, because of the rain out yesterday, it was Martin Perez who was intended to go on it. Chris Sale wants to, kind of stay on that rest. So, I mean, you do miss out a fantastic matchup. I mean, you miss a Cy Young caliber matchup between two of them. I mean, it's going to be a pitcher's duel just with how good Mizorowski and Sale is. But yeah, it's Perez today, Perez on Friday, and then Chris Sale goes on Saturday tomorrow. And they're facing Kyle Harrison from the Brewers, who has kind of had a pretty good, remarkable comeback in sense. I mean, definitely not Jacob Mizorowski level, but, the Brewers pitching lab have just been able to fix that guy up. So still a good pitching matchup tomorrow, but just not to the level you would be expecting to see Miz versus Sale.
Yeah. As I said, they've lost now 6 of 7 and, looking to kind of get it back around. Now the thing is that they haven't lost a heck of a lot on their lead. I mean, the lead is still 7 over the Phillies. But you want to kind of get it straightened out. I understand that there's injuries for everybody at this time of the year in baseball, but what are you seeing? What's the biggest reason why this team all of a sudden is scuffling after, going 2 months with the best record in baseball?
I think it's a battle of two things. I think there's performance slip, but I think one thing to kind of keep in mind, like at this very moment, is the Braves have just not have had good luck with the scheduling, with things have gone on in the past week. Obviously, the rainouts in Chicago, the pretty bad travel schedule, even getting back from New York was a lot for them. And as somebody who started covering on the road, a team on the road for the first time, I mean that even affects me. Like I wasn't able to get into New York Friday or Saturday, and I just kind of had to come back to Atlanta and just watch the team from home and stuff like that. So I do think it's a tough stretch for them to go through, but I think performing right now, I think it's a couple things mixed in with the fact that I think the pitching rotation isn't as strong as it was at the beginning of the season, and that's a lot saying because they were not at full health. I think Chris Sale is going to be Chris Sale. I think Bryce Elder, in a sense, has hasn't been able to sustain the amount of productivity he was able to do at the beginning of the season. Has had a couple of outings where he's given up a high number of runs. But I think also too, like losing Spencer Strider, even though it's not the Spencer Strider of old that Braves fans are accustomed to seeing when he burst down the scene initially. I think a lot of it has to do, you lose a guy like that who's so important to the club, it's so important to the team, and it's going through a second stretch, and there's just not an immediate fix. Sure, you have Hurston Waldrop, who was rehabbing. I think he still has to get a little bit of a reps under his belt before he fully comes back, just because of the severity of the injury, right? But I think more than anything, like I think there's a more sense of urgency, in my opinion, for the Braves to be able to go out there during the trade deadline. I think you asked me about 2-3 weeks ago at the trade deadline. I was like, maybe you could add one starting pitcher, maybe you could add one extra bat. I think at this point, like they have to go deep into what's it called? Maybe not even just go after one starter, but get 2 quality starters that are going to be able to kind of get you deep into that run, because Chris Sale is going to be Chris Sale. I think Bryce Elder, like I would trust Bryce Elder in those situations. And obviously they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Strider's spot. J.R. Ritchie, it's just kind of tough ask for him to be able to develop on the major league side in the position that he's in right now. And for as good as Martin Perez and Grant Holmes have been the entire year, are those really 2 guys that you want to be able to carry deep into spring training? Not spring training, I'm reverse thinking, deep into the playoffs. I think that's where it needs to play. I think a player like Tarek Skubal, I think is a little bit out of the question, both prospect capital wise and also financially speaking. But, in articles that I've written in the past, I think Sonny Gray would be a great option. It's a guy who's performing really good, has been a good pitcher throughout his entire career, and it's also a guy with experience pitching in the playoffs, which I think is something going to be really important. So I think it's the pitching, but it's also a bunch of different holes within the team. I think we've talked about this in the past, but Ha-Seong Kim just hasn't been able to be a productive shortstop, 5 for 59, and there's a lot of different factors that you can come into play with it, right? There's no spring training, it's a lot different and stuff for that. At the end of the day, it's 5 for 59 on a team that's in a good position to make a strong playoff push. Like you're going to need to see a little bit more, specifically, I've seen Kim, grind it out. I've seen him, during batting practice. He's one of the guys I pay attention to the most batting practice, the way he talks to coach Tim Hires through his interpreter, David Lee. He's always looking at the iPad. He's always making sure to get video. Like he's clearly putting in the work to do it. It's just, I think it's a little bit complex, going 5 for 59 and in the majors is much different than going 5 for 59 during spring training because it's a relaxed environment and you want to be able to work on things. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's occasions, with Kim, there's a plan, there's a routine that he has that he's ready to go. And if it doesn't work in the first plate appearances, I think hitters tend to abandon that stuff because it's like, okay, this didn't work. I need to make an immediate impact. I'm playing already bad as we are. I need to get a hit. I don't want to get booed by the fans, which is what happened to him on Wednesday. I think that kind of speaks to like the frustration within fans about the production. And also, true, it's like in the story I wrote, like it's about Austin Riley. Austin Riley, great dude. But I think we can all agree that the season, and I think he would agree too, that it is a disappointing season. It's not the season or the production that you're accustomed to seeing I think for a guy in the past that was so good about hitting pretty much anything, whether it was the breaking stuff, whether it was the heaters, whether it was righty-lefty matchup, lefty-righty matchup, it just hasn't been as successful as it has been in the past. So I think those are big three things that we're seeing that I think have been highlighted a little bit in the skit. Obviously, it's not completely the reason. Like the offense has gone a little bit cold recently, but I think in when the team's playing good, it's kind of masked. It's kind of easy to hide or oversee a lot of the flaws that are happening. But I think these specifically with Kim and O'Reilly, I think those were two flaws that we've seen for the past 2 months. And the pitching rotation is just a new discovery just with the situation of Spencer Strider.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And then the dude ran out into right field. In the last game, his first time since in 9 years, he ran right past first base and into right field. Matt Olson. I mean, that just tells you how bad it is out in the outfield with the injuries to Acuna, Harrison, backs with tightening up and everything else. And next thing you know, there's Matt Olson out there in right field.
Yeah, no. And it's funny because like a lot of people saw Matt Olson, but like I grew up an A's fan. I remember when Matt Olson first came up, he was playing in the outfield, he was playing right field in Oakland. And also like there was a couple times I saw him in low A Stockton where he was playing the outfield. So to me it was kind of like a blast for the past, but it definitely got a reaction in the stadium when you saw his face out there in outfield and stuff like that. But I think that also speaks kind of to the versatility of what's it called, of Olsen. If it isn't at first base, it's going to be in the outfield, rarely at the H. But like, I think that's pretty cool to see. That's a good baseball movement. I think speaks to the depth of this team, which you're able to plug in and stuff like that.
Hitting high 270s, 20 home runs, 51 RBI to lead the team in both those categories. Having a really, really nice year for sure. Jesus Cano has been our guest. Jesus, I appreciate you, man. Good stuff, and we'll look forward to chatting again.
Thanks so much. Let me know. Appreciate the Fresno State, man. It's Go Dogs, but it's Go Dogs DOGS, not DAWGS. And if I get flack for that in the South, oh well. I'm loyal to the soil.
There you go. Loyal to the soil. All right, man. Appreciate you. Good stuff.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. All right, we'll get a break. We'll come back, set you up for hour number 2 next, right here. Wyndham Clark is right. He's playing a different course than everybody else. I mean, that dude is just running away with this thing right now. We'll tell you, we'll get you a scoreboard update when we return right here in the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
NASCAR tripleheader weekend, road course racing at Naval Base Coronado. Lane Riggs a plus 240 favorite to win the Truck Series race today. Brent Cruz 2-1 to win the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race tomorrow. And Shane Van Gisbergen at minus 160 to win Sunday's Cup race. Jacob Mizorowski on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers today. He's 8-2 with a 1.34 ERA and a $1.94 favorite at Truist Park against the Braves today. Martin Perez for Atlanta plus 159, 7.5 over the total. The United States and Australia meet at the World Cup today in Seattle. The U.S. a plus 160 favorite. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That you scheduled your wedding and even your child's birth around your school's game? Of course. But it means more than that. It means you're home to hundreds of Fulbright, Truman, Goldwater, and Rhodes Scholars. It means starting out as the birthplace of American public higher education, and now leading the way in unmanned spacecraft. This is the SEC. And here, it just means more. What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That there's an honest-to-goodness chandelier in your tailgate tent? Perhaps. But it means more than that. It means pioneering medical solutions to predict new flu viruses. It means leading globally diverse teams to eliminate starvation in developing countries. And it means being home to one of the nation's top cybersecurity programs. This is the SEC. And here, it just means more.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Heading into this upcoming Father's Day weekend, temperatures will remain warm both Saturday and Sunday, seeing the upper 80s. Saturday, there's a small opportunity for a little bit of rainfall, but Sunday is where rain chances really start to increase for much of the day. A few thunderstorms could be possible as well.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Thom Abraham here from my friends at All About Water, LLC. Look, those spring and summer rains are going to hit at some point. And when they do, you need Ryan at All About Water to help you deal with keeping it away from your foundation or doing damage on your property. Now, his background is in fluid dynamics, and that assures you that they can handle any job, including building and maintaining a pond or any other sort of water feature. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com. And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. So Wyndham Clark made back-to-back birdies on 12 and 13 to get it to 7 under par. He's 1 under for the day and is 7 under for the tournament now. He's got a 4-shot lead over Xander Schauffele. Schauffele is 4 under for the day today. Remember, that was David Moulton's pick. Colin Morikawa is 2 under through 15. 5 under for the day today. He's shooting a number. There's a number to be shot out there today. Sam Stevens is 2 under. He goes off at the top of the top of the next hour, 12:07. And then you got a gaggle. Matt Fitzpatrick, Corey Connors, and a bunch of other guys at 1, including Justin Rose, who is through 11. Rory McIlroy, who tees off this afternoon. Auberg. All of those guys. Lukas Weese
The
is next.
Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryrentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryrentals.com.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It is Friday, June the 19th, 2026. Steve Moulton here with your update. Group play continues today in the 23rd FIFA World Cup as Team USA takes on Australia. The United States can win Group B today by winning, and Paraguay winning or drawing today. Team USA also seeks to win consecutive World Cup games for the first time since the first 2 games of the 1930 edition. Wyndham Clark leads the field at -6 as play was suspended in the 126th U.S. Open due to darkness. Shinnecock Hills has hosted the U.S. Open 6 times. The Rocket City Trash Pandas fell to the Montgomery Biscuits 12-3. That series continues tonight on Talk Radio WZZN and 97.7 ESPN The Zone. First pitch set for 6:35.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. Guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Elle McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Yeah, welcome in on a Football Friday in the Doghouse, or should I call it the Football Friday in the Doghouse, because we've had a lot of that in there today. That is for sure. It's going to be a very diverse weekend this weekend. We have got round 2 of the U.S. Open underway right now, where Wyndham Clark is playing a different course, I think, than everybody else. So he made 2 birdies in a row on 12 and 13. Shanks his drive on Fort de Grouse on a side hill to the right, but it's where all the people, all the fans were walking, and it's all trampled down. And he had, was able to get a club on it, but the ball was like a foot above his feet. He knocks it 10 feet from the hole. It's like, okay, now he's in trouble. Now he's going to make a bogey here and come back to the field a little bit. He might make birdie off of that deal. He's just playing absolutely great there. We'll keep you posted on the scoreboard as that thing continues to develop here as well. Those caddies are bugged there. We're not hearing a lot of sound between the caddies and the players, but they are bugged. This is something new. It was mandatory. All the caddies are wearing a microphone today on their bib so that it can be followed as well. So we'll get into that a little bit. But it is, we do welcome in a new audience, by the way. Welcome in the folks listening in Nashville on National Sports Radio and in Murfreesboro as well. Joining our friends in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN and, of course, ESPN Winchester. It is Football Friday, so we're going to talk to Lukas Weese about what's going on there in the World Cup. He joins us now from Toronto. He's on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Lukas, welcome in. How are you?
Tom, I'm great. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Now, were you in Vancouver or were you covering it from Toronto? Did you actually fly across the country to Vancouver for the Canada game yesterday?
No, I was in Toronto. I was at Canada Soccer House. So Canada Soccer Federation has 2 big fan zones in Toronto and Vancouver. I was at the Toronto one yesterday, right along the Toronto Harbourfront. And man, what a scene that was yesterday here. I mean, obviously the atmosphere in Vancouver was off the charts, but even in Toronto too, the fans came out, celebrated. It was a lot of fun to see Canada get its historic first World Cup win.
6-0. They hung a touchdown on Qatar and get that win, 6-0. Muted, though, a little bit. Gruesome injury. We often criticize soccer player for going down like they were shot from the crowd, and sometimes they're not even touched. They're trying to draw, a card and all that kind of stuff. But that Ismail Kone or Kone, is it Ismail Kone or Kone, the kid that got hurt?
Yeah, it's Ismail Kone, and just a real tough injury for Canada.
Oh,
and
brutal.
Yeah, and look, it was a really hard tackle that the Qatari player did on Kone, but I think it was the way that Kone landed awkwardly as well. It just caught that part of the leg, and immediately you heard the audio from people on the sidelines of Canada that his leg was broken, and then, he has to get stretchered off. He's waving to the crowd. The Canadian players, Moise Bombito was in tears as they're trying to get back to playing. Of course, Kone went to the hospital. He was being prepped for surgery. It's just really unfortunate. And Tom, I can't stress this enough. As much as Canada is trying to move forward, and you gotta love the brotherhood and how this team is starting to come together to rally around their injured teammate. It is a devastating loss for Canada. Kone was one of their best central midfielders. There wasn't really anybody like him. He was so critical on the left flank in the Bosnia game to help set up the equalizer that got Canada its first point against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And to lose somebody like that, they're going to try to do their best, but there isn't anybody like Ismail Kone at central midfield for Canada. So a big loss for the country as it now has aspirations in the knockout stage and beyond.
Yeah, so they'll get out of the bracket. The Americans trying to get out of their bracket. Win would be huge for the Americans. Explain how that works in terms of, what the difference would be from just coming out of the bracket or winning the bracket, which the U.S. can do with a win against Australia. Got to get a little bit of other help as well. But if they are able to win their game this afternoon, chances are they're going to win that bracket. And then what does that mean in the knockout round? The chances are to be playing like maybe one of the third place teams that moves on, or have a little bit of a better opportunity to get to the quarters.
Absolutely. So U.S. wants to win their group, right? Because, like you said, Tom, if you win your group, you're going to play one of the 8 best third-place teams in the round of 32. So you get a knockout stage match. It's going to be in the U.S. It'll be an electric atmosphere. And look, I mean, no disrespect to those third-place teams, but you win your group, you're going to have an easier draw in that round of 32. But as the bracket is shaping up, if the U.S. win their group in the round of 16, they could likely play the winner of Belgium's group, which is a much easier draw, Tom, compared to playing, let's say, a France or an England or a Spain or some of these powerhouse nations. I mean, Belgium had a 1-1 draw against Egypt. They had to score late just to equalize. So, look, to me, that's a huge opportunity for the United States to get to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2002. It's been such a long time, but you can't help but feel confident after what you saw against Paraguay. But one match at a time, that's what U.S. is focusing on. And today that means Australia at 3 p.m. Eastern time in Seattle.
Yeah, and they should have been favored over Paraguay. You look at the world rankings, this Australia team, the U.S. is ranked right now around 15 in the world. This Australian team is 23rd or 24th. They are favored over this Australian team. So we got to, I've been urging people to kind of pump the brakes a little bit here. I mean, the way they've been talking about the team after the win against Paraguay, it was like, oh, we were totally wrong. This is a championship contender, and so on and so forth. I'm like, dang. I mean, it was a game you were supposed to win, and it'll be even more insane if they win this game today. You know how that fever will take off.
100%. And look, Australia will be a much more difficult opponent than Paraguay, no question. But I think the confidence in U.S. is how they beat Paraguay. It was their tactical brilliance. It was Valeri Falcon having a big game. It was just, their ability, particularly in the final third, to really break down that Paraguay defense. Now, Australia has some big guys, right? So they can definitely play, and the U.S. defenders will definitely have a lot more of a challenge entering this match. But, what really impressed me, Tom, against Paraguay was their phases of possession. According to Foodie, a data company, U.S. won 122 phases of possession against Paraguay, which means they increased their goal-scoring probability in 122 different scenarios. So the fact that they're creating these scoring chances, you have to feel very good about this. Now, obviously, Christian Pulisic, I'm sure you're about to ask me about him. What is his status? Well, he's questionable because of a calf injury, so hopefully he can, play, but right now he is questionable. He's been training on his own lead up to this Australian match, which often means it isn't a great sign that he's even going to be playing, let alone starting. So, but U.S. has some depth, and it'll be very interesting to see how Pochettino adjusts his lineup if Pulisic isn't able to play. But a huge opportunity, right? You win today. You saw yesterday against Mexico. They beat South Korea, and they won their group 2 clean sheets. You win today, you're going to the knockout stage, and you win your group, which would be huge for this program.
Yeah, and you wonder if Pulisic can't go, the whole way. If let's say you think you can get 20 minutes out of him, do you want the first 20 minutes, or do you want to keep him on the sideline and bring him in late, to where maybe he can finish, somewhere along the lines, something like that. Lukas Weese with us here, talking about the World Cup as it continues on. Now, a couple of things I want to just throw out there. And I like I say, I'm not a hater. I'm not one of these soccer haters. There are some things that drive me nuts. So I want to ask you about the things that drive me nuts and my listeners nuts, and you maybe give us a little explanation, or maybe they drive you nuts too. I don't know. Why do we need a week between these games? Why has it been a week? I mean, we got 48 teams in this tournament. We got all of these games that we've got to play, and it seems like it could take forever to get this thing done if we got to go a week between. The NBA goes every other day. The NHL is a very physical game. They go every other day. Could we have not played 2 games in a week? It's got to be a full week in between games?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just tradition, right, at the World Cup that you're going to get days off. And to me, the distance between days is going to shorten as this tournament goes along. I mean, look, Canada yesterday just beat Qatar. They're then going to be playing on Wednesday, so it's not crazy. And then their round of 32 match will be at 4 days after that should they win the group. But so, you know, the distance between days is going to shorten. I also think, too, that the fact of the matter is these teams are traveling, right? These countries are traveling to different venues. You have to factor that into it as well. And these venues have to get ready, right? And welcome fans into them. So there's a lot of factors at play, but I can definitely understand the frustration. But it is a world tournament, and these players know what they're signing up for. They know that it is a lengthy tournament, which is why managers try to rotate their rosters between matches, right? You know, it's sort of like a manager in baseball adjusting the lineup depending on the matchup. You see a lot of that in soccer because you just have to keep these guys fresh, especially because the knockout stage is where this tournament's won or lost, Tom. So you have to make sure that you're healthy and fully physically ready to go, because some of those matches, as you know, can go into extra time and into penalties. So to me, don't mind the days off in between. I think it gives a breather for the fans, and there's so much soccer anyway to satisfy the neutral audience so that you're never going to get tired of it. But I can definitely understand the frustration because, like you're right, the NBA, NHL, they play every other day, and you know they have to get the season done.
Yeah, there's no doubt. The other thing is, you know, you mentioned the extra time. That's been exasperating. Look, we're basically playing 4 quarters now. These hydration breaks have made this a 4-quarter game for all intents and purposes. And you know, we get that it's always been the clock runs the whole time through the injuries, through the subs, whatever. You know, the clock is constantly going. It never stops. But I'm shocked that it runs through the hydration break. You know what I mean? It's like, why is it running through the hydration break? Why wouldn't they stop the clock during the hydration break with 3 minutes and then come back? Because now you just have to add that time at the end, right? Are they automatically adding that time, or do not? Or they? Yeah. So now you know going in that each half is going to have a minimum of 3 minutes of extra time plus whatever the injury time is as well. Just stop the freaking clock. Why can't they do that?
Yeah, I mean, because then these games, because, you know, they have a tight schedule, right? And people want to run these matches very much on schedule. It's very similar to an Olympic Games, actually, where, like, those events happen right on the clock and they end right when the IOC says it's going to end. It's pretty similar to soccer in the World Cup. So,
but they add the time anyway, right? If they add the time, it's the same difference. I mean, you know,
they add the time, but that way you can actually get actual soccer towards the end, and you give teams a chance to try to equalize or take the lead, which in theory is more exciting for the viewers. I don't know, but the fans aren't a fan of these hydration breaks. I mean, we talked about it when we first spoke last week, and the fans are starting to boo the hydration breaks. I mean, I was at BMO Field for Ghana, Panama, the second match in Toronto, and it was like loud boos for the hydration break. And the funny thing is that day it was, you know, 19 degrees Celsius. That's, you know, 50s in the 60s Fahrenheit, I think. Don't quote me, not sure that calculation right, but being a Canadian, but you know, it was quite cool. I mean, we didn't need a hydration break. So once again, the hydration breaks are unnecessary. It's not soccer. The fact that these teams could change their tactics and strategy after that first hydration break.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It really, and for a team that might be gaining momentum right to the hydration break, it then is immediately quelled. It's a whole new match. It ruins the game to me. I mean, soccer's meant to be played in 2 halves. And the fact of the matter is they have to get their commercial money, and that's why they're doing the hydration breaks. It isn't for the players.
Yeah.
For the commercial revenue.
Well, half of these games are being played indoors. You know, what do we think of hydration
100%.
break? You know, they're indoors. I mean, stop. Just call it what. If you wanted to change it to quarters, just tell us what you're doing. Don't tell us that you're doing one thing and you're doing another. One of the highlights has been, not only has the soccer been great, The scoring is up. This is the highest scoring first set of games since 1958. But isn't some of that because it's a 48-team tournament? We're getting maybe a few more blowouts. We got some teams. That Qatar team that Canada beat was ranked like 58th in the world. So we're getting a game like that that's 6-0, things like that. I think it's unfair a little bit to compare the 48-team tournament to the past 32-team tournaments a little bit because of the fact that you got some teams in there. I joked earlier, and I said that James Madison thinks that Qatar shouldn't have been in the tournament, and that's a college football reference of, teams that get in, So I think some of the records you got to take with a grain of salt, I think, right?
Yeah, and we're going to see as more World Cups happen once we get a bigger sample size. Look, I mean, for your listeners, the NCAA tournament's expanding, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure something similar will happen where you have schools in that tournament that just don't respectfully belong to be there, and they're just not in the same class as one of the top teams. But I do think it has provided some really excellent stories. Like I think of Cabo Verde. This is a country, a small island off the west coast of Africa, 528,000 people. They draw Spain 0-0. One of the favorites of this tournament, Bozina, their goalkeeper, 40 years old. He had, about 50,000 Instagram followers. Now he has millions of followers. Like becomes just a global sensation after his goalkeeping performance. DR Congo drawing Portugal to get their first ever World Cup points. So like those stories just don't happen if you don't have the 48-team tournament. So for me, I want those stories in the group stage because we know that once this tournament gets to the knockout stage, by the quarterfinals, similar to the NCAA tournament, the blue bloods are going to be there. And probably when it's all said and done, the final is going to be between two powerhouse soccer nations battling it out for the World Cup. I mean, there's a reason why only a handful of countries have ever won this World Cup. It's because these smaller nations just can't compete with the class of some of these bigger football nations. So, look, I get it. You're going to get a few stinkers like Canada dominating Qatar. I mean, obviously for Canadian fans, they're excited, but from a neutral perspective, it was just a dominating performance. You don't get that close match, but I do think it's produced some really cool stories, Tom, and I'm all about that, seeing these smaller nations getting this platform to play at a World Cup.
Well, they certainly have been some spectacular goals scored already, and it's been great. And one of the highlights has been the fans. I mean, the Norwegian fans doing the rowing, and the Scottish fans in Boston, and I mean that's the one thing, bringing all of these people from around the world to North America. And having them, there's been plenty of video out there of fans that had never been to the States or never been to Canada that are enjoying, the food and the excess that we have over here and everything else. And it's been, that has been, I think, really cool, along with the play on the field.
100%, and that's what makes the World Cup so special. I mean, when I covered, like I said, this Ghana-Panama match, outside the stadium you had Ghana and Panama fans coming together to pose for photos. I mean, obviously, once the game starts, you want your respective country to win, but there's a real friendly vibe from what I've been seeing here thus far, 1 week into the World Cup. And look, I mean, the fact that these celebrations are bringing fans to this tournament, it's more than just the soccer on the field. It creates this communal atmosphere, and it's great to see, Tom, in a very divided world, to have some sort of semblance of community and energy and genuine enthusiasm for your country. It's very inspiring to see.
And it's a great job always done by Lukas Weese. You can follow him at The Athletic. He's covering this tournament and doing a tremendous job with it, not just Canada. He's covering the whole tournament, and it's great to see what he has been able to do, and he's a tremendous guest to help us through this tournament as it moves on. U.S., Australia, 2 o'clock Central Time from Seattle. I only say we during the Olympics or in an international play like this, Lucas. I don't say it like when I'm talking about the New York Yankees or any of my favorite teams. So I just want to say, let us know now. Will we win this game against Australia today?
I'm not a fan of making predictions, but I do think the U.S. have a good chance. I really do. And even with Pulisic out, I think that the U.S. will get a result. I'd be shocked if they lose. Like that would be my surprise.
Yeah.
I do think it'll either be a win or a draw, but I think that the U.S. have a very good chance. And look, I agree with you that some of the language and commentary around this team has been a little bit overblown. It's important to pump the brakes, but if you do get a result today against Australia, definitely you should see the confidence building. And this is a confident group. Pochettino's made this, has a lot of belief in this team. He has big dreams, big goals. These players are showing that they can play on this international stage. So I think the U.S. have a good chance.
Yeah. Well, they'll wash away because there wasn't a lot of confidence coming in because they did not play great, in the run up to the tournament, and there wasn't, a lot of that going on. But I like the attitude of the coach, and I like the way these guys play. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they do today for sure. All right, man. I appreciate you, Lucas, and hopefully we can continue the conversation throughout the tournament because you really help us out a lot with this.
It's my pleasure, Tom. Great conversation. Enjoy the match today.
All right, man. Thank you. It's a tremendous job. I am watching. Dustin Johnson is in a full-blown meltdown on a 400-yard par 4. He hit his second shot into a trap. All right, John, you can relate to this. He hit his second shot into a bunker. Yeah, you can hit the trap. Second shot was in the bunker. His third shot, he pitches out of the bunker. It hit the green, and it spun back, and it went sideways, rolled off the green into another bunker, a different bunker, okay? He goes into that bunker. Now he's hitting 2, 3. Now he's hitting 4. It's a par 4. He's still in a bunker, a different bunker. He's hitting 4. He hits that shot. It doesn't get out of the bunker. He leaves it in the bunker. This is Dustin Johnson. He was one shot off the lead at one point here today. So he leaves it in the bunker. So now he just casually walks over. Now he's hitting 5. He's still in a bunker. He walks over to the ball, and he shanks it out of the bunker clear across the green. I mean, literally blades it all the way across the green and into, off the green on the backside. Then he chips it back on in 6, and he now has about a 30-foot putt for a 7, for a triple bogey 7. Dude's going to make an 8. He's going to make an 8 on a par 4. Man, that's incredible. And this Wyndham Clark did it again. He saved his par on the hole that he hit the slice into the grouse and was able to hit it off of the matted area where the people were walking. So he goes to the next tee. He overcorrects on 14 or on 15. He hits a snap hook on 14. 15. He hits a snap hook into the grouse. And again, it's right where the people have trampled down the grouse in the rough. We don't have that. When I go to Bear Trace later this afternoon, and John, how they got the grouse, the tall grass on the sides and stuff.
Yeah, you lose a lot of balls in there.
I need like 5,000 people to go in there and just trample it all down so I get a good lie. Crazy what's going on there. All right, tell you what, we're going to open up phone lines. It's time for you to jump on board. 256-576-4977. 256-576-4977. That will get you into the show next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
NASCAR tripleheader weekend, road course racing at Naval Base Coronado. Lane Riggs, a plus 240 favorite to win the Truck Series race today. Brent Cruz, 2-1 to win the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race tomorrow. And Shane Van Gisbergen, minus 160 to win Sunday's Cup race. Jacob Mizorowski on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers today. He's 8-2 with a 1.34 ERA and a $1.94 favorite at Truist Park against the Braves today. Martin Perez for Atlanta, plus 159, 7.5 over the total. The United States and Australia meet at the World Cup today in Seattle. The U.S. a plus 160 favorite. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. Taking care of your property yourself can be a real headache. Eagle can handle it for you. They offer full landscaping services, irrigation, mowing, bush hog, and can install plants and trees, sod, and even landscape borders. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
This summer, we make HVAC history as Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation celebrates our country's 250th birthday. Happy birthday, America! In honor of crossing the Delaware River and kicking Cornwallis out of Yorktown, Sensagreen now offers $1,776 off new HVAC systems. Give me liberty and a new HVAC smart system this summer at Sensagreen with Brian. Whatever it takes, just like our founding fathers. USA! USA! USA!
Alabama license number 12705/52808.
Now is your last chance to pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. I'm Bobby White, encouraging you to hurry in and lock in the same deal that our employees get on over 280 available new Fords. New Bronco Sport started under $28,000. New 25 Broncos starting at under $39,000. Or how about a new 26 Explorer starting at under $36,880? Or 26 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4s, they start at under $44,500. And with your good credit, you can get financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on a brand new Mach-E. Remember, Lynn Layton Ford will never make you pay any dealer dock fees or ridiculous upcharges. This is an opportunity you can't afford to miss. You pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford, in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or visit us online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Your Fox 54 weather.
On Fox 54 weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen, isolated showers will be possible until about lunchtime heading into this Friday. Then we'll start to see the sun return. High temperatures will be warming into the mid-80s for the afternoon. Heading into our Friday night, it looks like we'll sit under a partly cloudy sky. Low temperatures will be falling into the low 60s for the overnight.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231. Cam Show. Crazy doings going on right now. I mean, the wind is blowing, but it's not like crazy out there at Shinnecock. Xander Schauffele just putted right off the green. How long a putt was that, John?
Probably turned into 100 feet.
Yeah, but I mean the original putt. One that went off the green wasn't
I would say
that
probably
far.
10 feet.
It was a 10-foot putt, right? He chipped up to about 10 feet. He had a 10-foot putt. He put that, and it went 100 feet off the green. I mean, it went all the way across the green, off the green. Gonzo. The only guy that's not crashing and burning right now is Wyndham Clark, who just keeps mogging along. He's got a 4-shot lead over Colin Morikawa. Yeah, easy for me to say. Morikawa. Dustin Johnson's 8 over for the round today. If he makes another bogey, he's going to shoot 80. I mean, and he just wants to get home to Paulina Gretzky, his wife, and just be done with it.
I want to play like that this weekend, believe it or not.
Yeah. Where are you going to play?
I might go up to Heritage, Tennessee.
Really? What makes you think about going up there?
A little Father's Day trip with the
Hermitage?
The fathers.
What? Whose fathers? I'm your father. I am your father. What fathers?
Blaine, Tommy. Oh,
at the Hermitage?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna wait a minute. So it's Father's Day. You guys are gonna go play golf at the Hermitage. 2 of my sons and my son-in-law without the father.
Oh,
what the heck is
their fathers?
What is that?
They're fathers too. So all the fathers get a little love. You know what I'm saying? You're more like my boss at this point. You know.
But I'm also your father. I've been your boss since you were born. I've been your boss. Man.
Never played the course. I wish it was free, though.
If you're talking about the Hermitage is beautiful. The Hermitage is a gorgeous course.
Doesn't look too difficult. I see it's a little less difficult than Cherokee Ridge, so that's going to be good.
Well, Cherokee Ridge is tough but fair, depending on what tee you play. You need to be playing a little bit more forward tees. Hermitage is in great shape. It's always in tremendous shape. Do you know if you're playing the General or the Presidents?
I have no freaking clue.
I'm a little bit beside myself over here. Who's your fourth in this group of fathers that doesn't include the ultimate father of this family?
I don't know. I might get another father out there.
Oh.
Maybe like Joe.
Oh, sure. Why not? Another one of my sons. Why not my 3 sons and my son-in-law go play golf on Father's Day without the father? You're not even a father of anybody.
Well, I'm the one that's going and giving them my presents, you know?
Oh, I see how it is. Is this Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be working at the church. We got work day at the church. On I hope Joe's not. I got to call Joe now. I got to make sure he's coming to the work day. I need him to give me a hand getting the power washer up on the truck for the work day. I don't know what time.
Don't worry. He hasn't been a part of the plan just yet, but we might,
he's not?
include him.
I see. What time are you playing?
Not sure yet. I think early in the morning.
You guys are killing me.
Should have let me play the other week.
It's just so wrong.
Should have let me play.
Wrong.
That's not why I'm doing this. I didn't even plan on it.
I feel I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I feel dissed a little bit.
Yeah, you can walk it off.
I feel dissed a little bit. I'm just saying.
I will say I have utilized the walking it off technique a lot more now since I've been going to the gym, hitting forearms. You walk that thing off, man, it goes away just like that.
4 quarters. 4 quarters now. But it changes everything, man. It really does. All right, let me get to the lines. Philip is up first. Philip, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all right. You're whining about not going, and you're a father. You know what?
I can't believe it. They're playing Father's Day golf without the father.
You know what's embarrassing? How old is Grasshopper now?
26.
And you're his father. And he's never seen Caddyshack.
And he's not seen Caddyshack.
An abomination on you.
That's a bad job by me. Or Tin Cup. I don't think he's seen. You know what he's seen? He's seen The Godfather, and he's seen A Bronx Tale.
I've seen Cafe.
Cafe. I didn't even know what that is. Have you seen Reservoir Dogs?
Don't believe so.
You need to see Reservoir Dogs, Bronx Tale. You've seen Bronx Tale, I'm sure.
I meant Diner. You showed me Diner.
Oh, Diner, yeah. Cafe. Cafe. Diner. Hey, let me tell you something, Philip. Diner. One of the great movies of all time. Diner. In my opinion.
Yeah. Do they still have the sheep on the Hermitage? Ain't that where they got the sheep at?
I don't.
Yes,
I think so.
I think it's a. Yeah, is it a sheep or is it a goat? It's one of the two.
Isn't?
It's sheep.
Yeah, I think they got them still out there.
I haven't been there in a long time. I don't get invited to go play there. My people are not inviting me, so I don't know.
It's pretty artsy fartsy over there. I've played there a few times, but you've not played, and I want to get to something really quick, but you talking about scenic golf courses.
Mm-hmm.
Just look up Rifle Golf Course in Rifle, Colorado, where you see herds of elk. You see mule deer, wild turkeys, giant rabbits, biggest rabbits I've ever seen in my freaking life. I saw one mountain. Dude, you talk about scenic beauty. The state of Colorado for golf courses cannot.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. That is pretty nice. That's pretty crazy, man.
Gotta have some bison
I've played golf in Phoenix with the mountains and the backdrops and everything else like that, and the dry heat, 96 degrees, you didn't even sweat. I've played golf there, but not in Colorado. That's pretty place.
I've played Rifle so many times it's not funny. And other golf courses, and I can't think of the name of Courtier was one of them, but that's closer to like Aspen and Vail. But beautiful elk everywhere. It's just crazy. So you're now interviewing soccer people. Next week, Uncle Thom, can we please interview someone covering college ping pong or bowling or I don't know.
So are you equating the World Cup? Are you equating the World Cup where 25 million people will watch the U.S. this afternoon play Australia? Are you equating that to ping pong and bowling? It's the World freaking Cup, man.
It's soccer. Now, listening to you pontificate about the breaks and the orange slices, bombing, bringing the snack, that's funny stuff. That is funny stuff.
Yeah.
But listening to you interview someone who's actually taking this seriously in America, this is America. We don't do soccer in America.
Well, 25 million people will watch it.
14 years old, and we're out of breath, and we're done, and we move on to other things.
Yeah.
Soccer, no. Please, I'm just begging you, please, no more soccer.
Do you understand? Do you understand how offsides works in soccer? Because some people don't.
Will you explain to me how that was offside? No, I'm asking you. Seriously, explain offside to me. It made no sense.
I don't know.
No, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
No. And one more quick thing. The funniest scene from Caddyshack, in my humble opinion, is when Chevy is playing by himself and he hits the ball into Bill Murray's workroom apartment.
Into the shack.
He busted. Bill Murray bust out the Sensimilia shotgun.
Yeah. One of the great things about that movie, thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Philip. It's a good job by you. One of the things about that movie, and John, you need to watch Caddyshack this weekend.
I will.
Okay. One of the things about that movie is Bill Murray and Chevy Chase and Rodney Dangerfield. There was a ton of ad-libbing in the movie. All right, they did. That was not written. A bunch of that stuff was not written. There was a ton of stuff in the movie that they ad-libbed during the movie, including you got 423 yards to the green. You got a 2-iron. I mean, a lot of that stuff was ad-libbed. Grumpy is up next. Grumpy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. Happy Juneteenth, man.
Yeah, it is Juneteenth. I was going to mention that, but I still don't fully understand it, so I didn't.
Yeah, I was surprised. How's your back today, man?
How's my back today?
I figured you'd be on the couch after yesterday on the air. You said the old girl's got a good swing, and I was like, man, those are fighting words, dude.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Well, listen, man, I called in to say this. You're big on that term, moment in time, and these special moments that happen in sports, and once they're gone, and they're absolutely magical. And my brother, I talked to him yesterday for the first time since he went to Jordan-Hare Stadium. We're talking about soccer, so I'll cut myself a break here and do it. 90,000 seats sold. We've been going to Jordan-Hare since 1973. A sellout always has empty seats in the upper decks. Of course, the decks weren't there in 73. You know what I'm saying. He said when you walked around, there was not one empty seat anywhere. When Iceland played, Argentina? And 65 minutes into the game, it's 0-0. It's a friendly, so Messi's not playing. The crowd's going crazy. Iceland and Argentina are all chanting Messi's name. They put Messi in the 65th minute. He scores a goal in the 66th minute. Yeah. That's a magical moment in Jordan-Hare Stadium. I don't care what the sport is. And I'm sorry.
And I wondered... when I talked about that last week, I wondered where those people came from. You know what I mean? Were those Alabamians and Georgia people? Were those international people that were here for the World Cup? I wonder where the 90,000 people came from to go to that game. Was it, that's what I wondered.
Yeah, we're both grounded with the same roots. So I asked my brother that. I said, did you hear a lot of, accents and the two different language? And he said he thought that most of those people were already in the United States. They didn't spend $20,000 to travel to come to that game. He felt like all of the people, 90% of the people there were soccer people who had kids, and they were Americans. Yeah, and I think used to, when you would watch a soccer game, it would put a Snickers bar or a Pepsi can in the corner of the screen, and the game would go on. The advertisers would pay for just a little something in the corner. And I do know for a fact that some of these fans are saying that the game is getting Americanized here because, like you said, we've broken it into quarters now for advertising. So so I can see why they would boo that. I'm looking forward to this banquet that's coming up, and we'll just leave it at that. What's the only thing worse than golf on TV?
Oh God, I love golf on TV.
Yeah, well, I think the only thing worse than golf on TV is someone describing in minute detail on the radio golf on TV. Sorry, man. It was a good call until then, but I'm actually going to watch some of this soccer game. And you know what? And I just want to say this: I blew it with my soccer hate. I should have been at Jordan-Hare Stadium for that friendly to have a magical moment like that. Tickets were $90. I'll always hate myself for not going to that because I bought into this. I can't do it because it's soccer thing. It's a magical moment. Later, man.
See, similar to hockey, soccer is a lot better live if you go to a game. I mean, I went to a lot of games because that's how I started my career with the Rochester Raging Rhinos. And it's a lot better live than it is on TV. It's hard to me. It's a hard game to cover on TV. I think it's a lot better live But there are things that we don't understand. You know, they call it a tackle. And
one of the issues I've had is what tackling was.
There you go, tackle. What the hell? That's not a tackle. It's just sliding around.
Soccer tackle, sir.
All right there, Gary. That's how you tackle.
That's how you tackle. That's not a tackle. That's laying around. Not a tackle. Dano is next. Dano, welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Doing all right. Hey, Tom, I met you years ago down there here in Nashville at the we had that cocktail hour down there at the corner pub Midtown down there.
Oh yeah. I used to do the show at the cocktail. Yeah, I used to do the show that they had cups. They had cups with my name, my logo on there, and if you had a blue corner pub cup, you got a draft for 50 cents if you had the Thom Abraham Show mug.
I never did that. I always bought buckets, and anyway, that day I was about half a bucket in and 15 shots of tequila, and me and you had some choice words over Alabama.
Yeah, I hear you.
But anyway, you took it pretty good. Hey, y'all don't get much Tennessee talk down there. Obviously, I'm down that way a fair bit because I've got a place in Gulf Shores. But are you hearing anything about this George McIntyre Faison Bradley quarterback controversy that might be brewing up there in Knoxville?
I haven't heard anything about the controversy brewing. I mean, it was a competition. I think that McIntyre was.
That's probably that's the right word. I said it the wrong way. The competition.
I think McIntyre is going to start. I think he has an excellent chance to start. And we do talk about it. In North Alabama, there's a decent amount of Tennessee fans. And, of course, our show is heard also in Winchester. That's a big Tennessee area. That's where Philip Fulmer is from. And they're a Tennessee Vols affiliate. And then, of course, in Nashville as well, a lot of Tennessee fans there, obviously. And I think that George McIntyre is going to start. I really do. And whether he can hold off Faison Brandon, we're going to see. But I think he's going to get a chance to start. And the guy who was George McIntyre's quarterback coach at Brentwood is now the head football coach in Winchester at Franklin County, at the Franklin County Rebels. He's the head football coach there now, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes.
Just to throw this out there, Condridge Holloway, the elusive scrambler, was one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play at Tennessee. First black quarterback in the SEC. And
Rutland.
When I was a kid coming along, that's really when I kind of started to get traction with Tennessee football. When Condridge was coming up through there. But him and Haskell Standback, you might remember that name, played for the Atlanta Falcons. But anyway, I just was listening in. I said, man, I'm going to call him because I had met you years ago down there, and we had a good time, All
right, man. Appreciate you.
Down there in Alabama by now.
Well, I'm actually live in Winchester, so I live in Tennessee. Oh. I moved to Alabama in 2004, and then Nashville in 2007, and then Winchester in 2014 maybe? Yeah, I guess 2014. And I've lived here ever since. So I'm kind of right in the middle between Nashville and Huntsville. And that's why our show is heard in all three markets.
You ever eat at Big Mike's Steakhouse down there?
In where?
Well, it's on Lake Gunnersville. They got one. I haven't been to that one.
I haven't been to Big Mike's.
I've been to Big Mike's. One in Orange Beach many times. If you ever go there to eat a steak, I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
All right. I'm going to have to look it up.
Good talking to you, man.
All right, Dano, it's good to hear from you again. We got to get a break. Badger Larry, we may or may not be able to get you in on the other side. It's the Thom Abraham Show. Back in a moment.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Have you tried indoor golf yet? You need to check out The Golfus.
The Golfus is Huntsville's newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue. Spend an hour on the virtual range working on your game or play more than 2,000 golf courses. Our grand opening pricing makes us the best value in town. And if you really love it, grab a limited time, unlimited golf membership for only $99 a month. Get all of the details at thegolfus.com.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Your Fox 54 weather.
On Fox 54, weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Heading into this upcoming Father's Day weekend, temperatures will remain warm both Saturday and Sunday, seeing the upper 80s. Saturday, there's a small opportunity for a little bit of rainfall, but Sunday is where rain chances really start to increase for much of the day. A few thunderstorms could be possible as well.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by Lynn Layton Ford. That's right. My good friend Bobby White is now at Lynn Layton, and I'm right there with him. And you know what you'll never find at Lynn Layton Ford? Some mysterious dock fee that can be like $600, $700, or $800. The price you saw advertised is the price you'll pay. That's the Lynn Layton way. You see, transparency is important in buying these days, and that's what you get at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. I made the move, and so should you, to Lynn Layton Ford. Abraham Show. John, do we get a chance to get Badger Larry in there quick?
Go for it.
Badger Larry! Welcome in. How are you? Badger Larry, you're up.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, man.
I will say this. I'm glad my three boys all played baseball, to be honest with you, because I just can't get this soccer thing. It hasn't been on my TV yet. But moving on to other subjects. Last year, I was in Alaska for Solstice weekend.
Really?
I sent you a photo. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And they teed off. We were eating dinner at this golf course. It's the northernmost golf course in the United States, at Fairbanks. We ate dinner there on the patio. Beautiful night. And they were teeing off at like 8 o'clock at night. They were teeing off for a tournament for Solstice weekend. So it was really cool being there.
That was,
that was cool. Now, the other subject is, the Brewers playing in Atlanta this weekend. Of course, they have it on Father's Day weekend of all time, and I'm not able to get over there and go.
Well, you would think it's Father's.
I'd like to watch the news.
It'd be Father's Day weekend. They should have sent you there for that. You should be able to call your shot. You know, it'd be like,
right.
You think my sons would go play golf without me on Father's Day weekend? They wouldn't do that. I mean, who would do that? Yeah.
I hear you. I'm with you on that, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Who would do that?
Got to get some practice in at some point today.
All right, enjoy your Juneteenth if you celebrate that. Enjoy the sports this weekend. Enjoy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the great dads out there and to all of my sons who will be celebrating without me. Have a great day, everybody.